Quand tu me dis, je fais ça. Hein.
Ouais.
Hi everyone who joined. Sorry for the small technical issue. So we will not be able to see Tom on Instagram, but we can hear him properly. Or if you really want to see Tom, you can also join in our Facebook Live, which will start in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you're just gonna hear my beautiful English. That's enough, I think. That's what.
Well, maybe you can start giving us some words of Romanian.
Yeah. So bună, ce faci, Luca?
Bine, și tu?
Yeah, foarte bine, foarte bine. Mi-e foarte foame, actually. Vreau shawarma.
Nu am mâncare.
Okay, let's swap in English. I give everything that I can.
Yes. So you are also on Facebook Live. Perfect. Here we go. All right. So, Tom, can you please first, by giving us a few words about you?
Yeah. So.
For the ones who don't know you already.
So my name is Tom. I came from France, actually, from south of France, from a small fishing village. So quite different than big city or stuff like this. Then I start playing rugby since my young age, and I just keep on playing and playing. So I move a lot in France when I was young just to play rugby. Then after I start to travel for rugby. So I've been to America where I play in Seattle. Then I've been to Australia where I play in Canberra. Then after I've been injured a lot in my knee, and that's when I end up in coffee. So basically, I was just like studying and playing rugby. Then I moved to coffee after some injury in Australia.
And how did you discover coffee? Can you tell us a bit more about your experience?
So if you ask, it's because you didn't see my routine from France last year. Thanks. So basically, I discovered coffee when I was. Luca, I think you cannot hear me on the live.
No one can hear you.
Yeah, it's just you.
I can hear you very well.
Yeah, but it's just you. Oh man, that's
Can you look back with the 4G?
Vas-y, envoie ta co, frère. Voilà, Vinko Foko. So guys, we just have a problem on Instagram Live. We're just gonna solve this very fast. So yeah, Eric, we're just gonna solve this quite fast. I will change the Wi-Fi. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, beautiful. Sorry, guys. Sweet. So Facebook works actually, but not. Yeah. Hello, everyone on Facebook. So I'm just gonna talk with you. I prefer guys on Facebook than Instagram. So I will just join Luca to get him also on the live. Ask him to join it. Beautiful. And everyone will listen in Facebook. They're gonna listen again to all my story because I will repeat everything. Sorry for you guys. It doesn't work. No, I think it don't work.
So I can hear you.
Yeah, it don't work. I think just the live on Instagram work. So I'm sorry for Facebook. Live on Facebook works.
Facebook works.
Yeah. Instagram don't work, bro. I cannot do. I don't want, man. I don't know why.
Okay. People following us on Instagram, can you listen to them now, or you still struggle?
It's a nice beginning. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I never thought that for all my Instagram career. That's annoying. It's annoying. So let's.
Tom, are you on Wi-Fi or 4G?
No, I'm 4G. It don't work, bro. It don't work. So what you do? Like just call me on on my phone and no Instagram, and that's it. Huh?
Yeah, but we have an issue with people following us on Instagram because they will not be able to.
I know, same, man. But it don't want to work. I'll try to join with go on Instagram. Oh yeah, but it don't work. No, yes. Oh man, that's annoying. Non, mais oui, mais c'est toi ton compte. Okay, so it's a big mess. It's a big mess. I will offer a song for everyone in Facebook. The big mess song. It's a big mess song. Oh dear, yeah, dear man, that's annoying.
Là, t'es sur ma 4G, non?
Yeah. Mais il reçoit avec un délire, je crois. Ah mec, si je parle, ça parle là. Il y a un live.
Okay, Tom, I can hear you on Instagram.
Yeah, no, it's the same problem, bro. It's the same problem. You don't know. Oh, that's pisses me off. Yeah, don't work.
Okay, so yeah, people following us on Instagram, write me a message and I will send you the presentation afterwards. If you have some questions for Tom, please also write me and I will ask him the questions.
Sorry for
and I
that.
will make sure answers to it.
Okay, sweet. Let's
Sorry,
just
guys.
skip. Yeah, that's
Bye-bye.
annoying. Sorry. Hop, let's just go there.
Je fais book live.
Non, laisse. Ouais, ça continue encore. Je vais l'appeler là. Hop, here we go. We're gonna keep going here. Do you also? Oh, in Romania, la vinco focu. Okay, perfect. So we can start here for Facebook.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's do it like
Can you
this.
hear well?
Yeah. Me, I hear you well. I think so. The laptop will hear you well also.
Okay, perfect.
Okay,
So
here we go.
we start from the beginning. For the ones who didn't have the chance to listen to the beginning. So again, can you tell us a few words about you?
So yeah, my name is Tom. I come from France. I grew in a small town in south of France. If people know it, it's called Palavas in south of Montpellier. And we all fishermen in this city. So I start my life being a fisherman. So it was quite fun. I also play some rugby, where I travel France for that. I travel the world also. I play in Seattle, and I also play in Australia, where I start coffee after a lot of injury. So basically, my life before was just studying and sports, and now my life is coffee.
And so how did you discover coffee?
So I start coffee. I discovered coffee actually in Canberra, where I was playing rugby, like I told. I was just going in a coffee shop, like as a usual customer, drinking some dirty chai. It was my favorite drinks. So I'm sorry for all the barista at this time. And one day I ended up drinking a V60. I didn't even know what is it. It was just for the Instagram post. And I drink a coffee from El Salvador. It was a Pacamara. And to be honest, I got a confession and I never finished the cup. It was quite weird actually to drink this filter coffee. I didn't even know what is it. But this cup was delivered with a lot of information on the card. And basically, this was making me enter into the specialty coffee world. And it was the first time that I understand that behind a cup of coffee, it's a farm, it's a farmer, it's some processing, it's a lot of people actually. And so some months later, I just keep on researching and learning about coffee, and I decided to just move to Sydney and start to make coffee.
And so after your experience in Australia, why did you decide to come to Bucharest?
Nice one. So basically, I decided to move to Bucharest because first my visa was finished in Australia. I stayed 6 months there working in coffee, and after I needed to make the decision to go back somewhere. So I can go back in France or traveling the world. And I was really focused on what can give me as a barista. I started also to learn about roasting, and so as a coffee professional, looking to learn a lot, I needed to find a country or city that can give me a lot. That's what I was looking for. So I wanted to be somewhere where I can find a lot of information. And so I started to look up around the world where I can be, where I can go. And I ended up finding that Bucharest was moving quite nicely at this time. It was a year and a half ago. And yeah, I read some article. I talked with people from Europe, and everyone was telling me that Bucharest was quite interesting for specialty coffee. So like that, this was my city decision. Then I start to look after a company, and I find a company, so Origo, who are happy to bring me there. And that's like this, I end up to Bucharest. So basically, I really wanted to find a platform when I can get a lot of information into a small amount of time. It was my goal. So it was quite selfish in a way, but it ended really well because I learned a lot being my time in Bucharest.
And what surprised you the most, coffee-wise, when you first came here?
So actually, coffee, like this question can be reliable to my first journey, my first day in Bucharest. So basically, I arrived on the morning, and I was with Mihai Pamphil that came to grab me at the airport. Then we decided to do a small round around coffee shop in Bucharest. And so I was here first time in Europe for specialty coffee, and a lot of hope, lot of excitement. And I've been first to Beans and Dot, where I go in this. So I enter in this coffee shop, and they get the coffee from the barn. And so I was like, okay, I'm in Romania, and I come, and first I get a coffee from around Europe. I never tested the barn before. It was my first experience with the barn. So this was quite like, oh, that's nice. I can get a coffee shop when I can get coffee from Europe. Then we moved to another coffee shop. It was Tim. It was Tim first, so second. And I drink coffee from Gardelli and a coffee roasted by Origo. And again, so I get it was like 30 minutes in Romania, and I got 3 good cup of coffee. So I was like, that's interesting. Then we decided to move to Bandit, where I met Cosmin Mihailov. And I remember drinking an Ethiopian coffee from 5 Elephant. And also, I think at this time, he also get some bag of coffee. So it was in I think an afternoon in Bucharest. I drink 8 good cup of coffee from 5 different roasters. And I was like, this is quite interesting. Like, I think I put my feet in something interesting, because you can go in Australia, going to 5 different coffee shops quite close to each other. Maybe you're never going to get 5 good cup of coffee. You're going to get a good one, a medium one, and a bad one. But here, I was coming in a city where in the same area, I can get 5 good cup of coffee. I was like, this is interesting. So my first day was kind of the resume of the full 6 months, because I think the level of coffee here was very very interesting. That's what I thought.
What were the things that the Romanian specialty coffee market brought to your career?
Okay, so what does thing? I think it's I can put it as in 2 different ways. In a way of the human part, but also as a knowledgeable part. So the first is being able to work in Romania. It was something new for me first. I come here, I'm from France, I was in Australia, and I come to Romania, so I needed to learn a new culture, new different way to work. But all of those people in Romania have something that I got from south of France, is living through passion. And this first was quite interesting, because I can directly see myself on everyone, because everyone was really passionate about what they do. And I think when you do something, you can do it well, you can do it bad. If you do it with passion and with care, it's going to be good at the end. It's going to end with something. And so this was something that bring me, even if I was living like this was a bit the confirmation of, I will keep being passionate about what I do. And this was like, wow, that's nice. The second step, I think, was the knowledge. I think this city is full of knowledge. When you 6 months in coffee, you arrived in a city, and in this city, you get some people that did WBC semi-final, that won roasting championship, that have a business which grow every year, that have a roastery that roast 50 kilo every day. And all of this knowledge from different people was something that helped me a lot. So I think the knowledge on my first day in Romania and my last day, I learned a lot. I think the knowledge is the stuff that Bucharest gave me the most, because I came as a barista, and I think I can say when I've been out of Romania, I was a coffee professional, and that's what is the difference. Is this city is full of knowledge and of people that share this knowledge, and this was something that I will remember for sure.
And so it seems that you learned a lot of knowledge in Bucharest. Are there things that you've learned in Romania that you are still doing today?
Oh yeah. So making coffee? No, I learned before. So basically, what I learned in Romania, like if I can like relable to one thing, I think I learned. So first competition. So if people know me, I'm really passionate about competition because it's something that like the journey for competition is quite big and you learn a lot. And learning with Mihai, Lavinia, Hadi, all of those people that compete in Origo. But not just competing, this is something different. This for me is just the achievement, but is not that important. But having this mindset of being able to start as a point that you know not too much, but you learn a lot between the first day and the last day. This was something that I keep doing. It's like when I start something, I will work hard to learn, and I will apply it and keep it and share it. So basically, what if I can say like 4 words to describe the mindset that I learned in Romania is listening, testing. No, wait, I forgot a word. So it's listening, trying, applying, and sharing. So basically, I was listening to people, trying what they tell me to do, doing it like this, I can see if it works, and share it with people. And this kind of sharing way to do stuff is something that I learned in Romania. It's like I've been so many times talking with Cosmin in Bandit, and this guy, I didn't know him from nowhere. We never talked before we met around a cup of coffee. And at the end, he was sharing with me all of this knowledge. And this is something that I did with maybe 20 people in Romania, because I didn't have the chance to meet more people. But all of those people that I met was sharing with me the knowledge that they have. And this is something I think very important. And if we can saw that in the future in France or something like this, can be nice. Because we don't have this same mindset, I think, of sharing knowledge.
So it seems that there are many things that you really like about this city, but what makes Bucharest a unique coffee city for you?
In 2 points, I will say it in 2 points. The first is the level of the coffee. I think they get those Romanian people get something that is a lot of people get in the world, but not everyone, is the test. And I think they're quite calibrated on what we want to see in specialty coffee, meaning that you can go in 20 coffee place and get 20 good coffee. And this is something that you can see nowhere in the world yet. Even Australia or even Asia, I think at the moment you cannot go in 20 coffee shop and get 20 good coffee. And that's this level of flavor in the cup is something very, very strong in Bucharest. And this is what makes the city unique, I think, is the quality of the coffee they have in the cup. And so this is something quite like unique. And the second one, I believe, is this passion, this full passion by, like you can see, again, it's not the richest country, it's not the country, like it's not that much customer that in Australia or other, but they are so passionate that when they compete, they do it well. It means that you can get world champion in roasting, a second place, you can get people in semi-final in the world, you get every time some new people, coffee in good spirit, you get people that make stuff works by passion. So this is something like, actually I'm in Zurich in Switzerland, and this is different. Here we get a good company, everything works well for us, but I'm not going out drinking coffee because it's free coffee shop in the city. No one is passionate about what they do there. So I think this is something that makes this city unique. It's the passion and the taste in the cup. So they get like a very, very nice tongue. How do you say it? Yeah, tongue. Palate. Sorry, my English sometimes.
All right. So now that you, let's say, talked about all the nice things about the city, now a tricky question. What are the things you think this city should do to get to the next level and to be in the spotlight of specialty coffee cities around the world?
Okay. So if we can ago or less. We're gonna say around Europe, and I believe that now if you want to improve, you need to go like on the second step. And is actually, I think in the world no one did it yet, so that's what is interesting. So everyone can be this first big city in the world. I mean that I think if people try, like you can see that a bit everywhere, and also in Bucharest, is that it's a lot of people working together, but also working versus each other. And I believe that this specialty coffee is not even an industry yet, but is a niche that have a lot of passion and knowledge. And if everyone can share, like can help a bit each other to be bigger, you're gonna go further. That's a logic of number, and this can be like the next step maybe. But yeah, I think it start to happen. You see artisan in Romania that organize a lot of competition. You see people that do stuff together. So I think this start to happen. But if you want to be bigger and faster, it need to happen a bit now. Then also I think I will be happy like to see like I have just one thing that I was a bit like pissed sometimes when I was in Bucharest is people know stuff, people doing quite great, but they're not confident enough to go at the next level. I mean that they know stuff, and instead to just share them and be proud of what they do, they're a bit like, oh, we're not gonna do it, we cannot do that. But like I would love to be in London and drink Romanian specialty coffee. I would love to go in Australia and drink Romanian specialty coffee. It means that if you want to, like, I think you can maybe try to export more, to share this coffee a bit more around Europe, around the world, because you make good coffee. So let's share it. And I think a lot of people in France will be happy to drink some good Origo cup or some good cup from Bob or from Sloan. It's I think it's this confidence. If everyone is not being overconfident, but just a bit more confidence on everyone, can be maybe something that put Bucharest in the next level, because they do quite great. But I think if you want to be better than great, you need now to just move a bit faster and keep on growing together.
And do you have any advices you could give to Romanian baristas to improve on a daily basis?
Oh yeah, definitely, because I was one of them some months ago, and I think just it's use the elements that is around you. So around you, we get first easy internet, Instagram. So talk with people, read stuff, watch video, ask question, keep on growing your knowledge. Then after, I think if you're in Bucharest, use your city. You get a city full of people, full of different vision in coffee. So that's what is interesting. You can just during your day off going to specialty coffee and specialty coffee shop, drinking different cup of coffee, asking question, why this coffee, why this recipe, how do you find this flavor, asking people what they do before in their life, why they make coffee, and just keep on asking question, keep on building your knowledge of like coffee flavor, but also of people, because at the end of the day, it's people making specialty coffee. Without people, we just drink a coffee by themselves in the chamber, like at the moment when we are in quarantine. So this is not fun. So let's just use your city a bit more. Like at the moment in Zurich, again, I will repeat myself, I cannot use my city because the city is not full of specialty coffee. So I'm by myself. So now I need to use more the social media and stuff like this to can have information. But if I was in Bucharest now, I will for sure go to Bandit, drink a coffee, go to Bob, go to Steam, go to 2 Minutes, go to Emoja, go a bit everywhere. And you can drink coffee for around the world. You can share knowledge with people. And this is something like, I really miss this. I think I will come back soon just to do a coffee tour, It's not something you can find everywhere.
All right. So can you remind me how many months you spent in Bucharest? 6 months, 7 months?
I moved in October, end of October, and I arrived in April. So you need to help me. April.
Okay, 6 months.
June,
Okay,
6 months. Let's say 6.
So after your 6 months, so you decided to leave Bucharest, and can you tell us what happened? Where did you go? What did you do?
So basically, to do a short resume again about it, I came to Bucharest because I wanted to keep on learning about roasting. I wanted to keep on learning about competing, and for that I needed to. For that, I wanted to be in Bucharest. This I explained it before. So now, during these 6 months, I learned a lot about competition because I was helping Hadi for his competition in Amsterdam. And so at the end of all of this, I get a book full of knowledge and information. I was writing everything. And so now French competition 2019 was coming in 4 months. So I decided to move in Australia 3 months in order to see where I was now. So I know where I want to be, but I wanted to see where I was now. Did I did I did I did I learn well? Did I learn something? Now I needed to execute everything in Australia. So go back to Australia in Sydney and see what I learned as the flavor wise, as the knowledge wise, as a competition wise. And this was in order to build my routine for the competition. So so actually it ended up very well because I ended up winning the French competition after my first competition. So it means that this 6 months in Australia plus this 6 months in Bucharest was making me French barista champion. And that's what I wanted in the beginning. So in a year, I won a competition, but I know that without all of those people, it cannot be possible. And so that's why, like, I keep on repeating this: use your city, because I use your city, Bucharest, and I get the information that helped me to achieve my first goal. So it was quite interesting in this way.
So after Australia, so you came back to France, you won the French Barista Championship.
Yep.
And so what came next? What did you do basically?
So basically, I needed to be ready for the World of Coffee in Boston, and I needed to stay 5 months in France. So I start working for Le Café Alain Ducasse in Paris. So Alain Ducasse is a 22 Michelin star chef. So I was a coffee buyer for him, and we start the project at the beginning. So I basically helped the team to build this project. So it was quite interesting project. So some months in Paris to see what's happened in France. Then I compete in Boston, and after that I just wanted a new challenge. I see competing in Boston helped me to know where I was again, and I saw the mistakes that I made, and now I needed to improve everything for next year. So basically, I've accepted a challenge in south of France, and the challenge was quite big for me because I just literally was like 1.5 years in coffee, and I needed to help a roastery in south of France, which was working quite badly. They didn't have customer. They lose the roaster. They lose 2 investment. Like they are going on the wall. And my goal there was to roast the coffee, to buy the coffee, and to change all of the branding in the coffee menu. So basically, I needed to open a coffee shop with a roastery and to make it work in 3 months. And so this was quite interesting again, because with Ernest, I learned a lot about coffee, and I think it was the first time that I really was like by myself trying to find a solution to a problem and to make it work. So all of again this coffee knowledge that I learned. So how you work with people, how you can sell a product, how you roast, how you improve the quality of a coffee shop. All of this needed to be here in 3 months. And so at the end, the roastery worked quite well now. So it's I think I can say it works. But it was nice to apply everything. So I have been 3 months there. And after I decided to move again, because I really like challenging myself to change where I am every time. Like this, I can every time being like on the feet of the world, and I need to work hard. So to learn a lot to achieve my goal. So I decided to move now in Zurich, where I work in Mame with World Brewers Cup champion, Barista champion finalist, whatever. And so now again, I was in France. I was the guys that win the competition, but here I was just becoming a help roaster, a barista. And now my goal was again to keep improving on all of this. And so now we are here. So I'm preparing the next French competition, and that's it. That's what happened after that.
I have a question from the audience, which has been asked at the beginning. Do you know a song in Romanian?
Yes, but I don't know if she is very good. It's from my best friend Bogdan in Romania, and he shares this music with me. It's called Vinco Focu, and he start like La Vinco Focu, La Vinco Focu. That's all what I know about the song, and I don't want to know the rest because I think it's not that good. It's I don't really know what that means actually.
We will let him reply to it later if he wants to. All right, back to coffee. What are the next steps in your coffee journey?
Now is that's the question that I ask every single day to myself, because I'd love to kind of now going to the next step. So I mean, I think I learn a lot. I don't like I'm not I'm not in this legitimate way to sharing everything because I'm young and I just start also. But I also find that I need to kind of putting stuff away from myself. So I need to start sharing what I learned before. It means that I got the chance to meet many people and I got the chance to engrave a lot of information. So now I want to start diffusing it. So I think in the next following months with a friend, we're going to start like building kind of consulting or sharing stuff, or we're just going to put like a coffee media stuff and we're just going to start sharing what we learn. Because I think that's something that I understand the last few months. If I was the guys that want to have information also, so I use all of those people to get this information, but now I didn't share them, so I wasn't playing the right game. So now I really want to share all of this information, and that's the next step for me. It means that I will keep on competing, I will keep on learning every day, but now I want to be able to share all of those information with everyone. It means what I learn about the processing, farming, about roasting, about making an espresso in a coffee shop, everything. So I will like now be focused on sharing those informations that I get by people.
We have a question from Radoslav Plesinac from Serbia.
Yeah, I got it.
Hi, Radoslav. How happy were you with the last World Barista competition where you competed? Were you satisfied with your performance or not? I don't know. Can you share a bit of it?
Yes, completely. So it's quite fun because I think I wasn't ready to compete in France at all. And I end up just having fun in France because I did so many mistakes in the first minute that I just forgot to be scared and I enjoy my 14 minutes. And this helped me to win the competition. Then when I've been to Boston, I put a pressure on myself that I never get before. I don't know why I was putting too many expectations on stuff that actually didn't make sense or wasn't important. I was thinking that I need to be better. I was thinking that I'm bad. I was, like I did so many mistakes in the preparation, overworking on stuff, being tired. And so when I was in Boston, first the feelings that I got was, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I don't have any more energy. I'm by myself because I didn't go with a team. So I was by myself there. And first I was quite like on control because I never show to people that I'm scared or just stressed. But it ends being very tough on stage because everything was here. I was ready to compete. My routine was well, but I lose the control of the time. So I've been over time, and I didn't have enough points to go to semifinals. So I finished 35. End of the story. When I finished, I was quite pissed, but also quite happy because I really understand that now for the next competition, I need to be confident. I'm talking about this confidence. I'm talking about every time how you need to be chill, how you need, if you're here is because you're ready to be here, you learn to be here, you work to be here, so you're going to be ready on the day. But this, I forgot it on stage. So I was quite disappointed about this, but also happy to notice it. So it means that for the next competition, I will be completely different. Now I build something that I believe on and I want to share it with people. And I will never do the mistakes that I did in Boston, even for the next French competition. So this is something that I'm quite happy. So I think I'm very happy to this competition. This competition helped me to grow for sure. So what we do?
All right. Now we have a question from Mugur from Brasov. asking if you have also visited other cities in Romania.
This is what I'm gonna do maybe next summer if the coronavirus is finished. So when I came in Romania, I know that I will stay a short amount of time because I needed to go back to Australia to grab my coffee to compete in France. So I know that I got 6-7 months windows. So every time that I was visiting city, I wanted to go to Brasov, I wanted to go to Timișoara, I wanted to go to what the city where Meron is, I forgot the name. But at city, Cluj. But I end up being scared about moving. Every time I was like, oh, I need to stay in Bucharest because I need to get the maximum information that I can. So everyone who know me in Bucharest knows that I was like, every single hour that I got free, I was somewhere learning about coffee. So if Cosmin see me, I was more of half of my time there. So I think I wanted to use the maximum potential of the time that I got in Romania. So I mean, I got 6 months, I will use them as a maximum. So I didn't have time to visit city in Romania, unfortunately. But I'm quite happy to what I did in Bucharest. And next time I will come and maybe visit the country because I know that it's beautiful, but I didn't see it a lot. I just drink coffee.
All right. And we also have a question from Sloan Coffee Roastery. Do you plan to spend some time at origin in a coffee producing country?
So yeah, definitely. Again, at the moment it's more matter of time because I every time plan, to help people to do something, to work somewhere, to compete, and at the end I end up never having time for myself. But this time, I think for August, I will go to Peru for the first time in origin country. So working with a company there that improve quality for smallholder farmer. And I will also go to Central America, so El Salvador and maybe Nicaragua for next January in order to make a project with two farmers who I work with for the French barista competition, but also for the world. And I want to start to put myself more also on this, but not as a coffee buyer way, not as a producer way, because it's not what I am at all. But what I plan to do is more to build kind of a platform where farmer can share knowledge. So meaning I will explain a bit more about it. I got this project so we see that hybrid varietal, it's the varietal of tomorrow. That's what's going to happen the next following year. And I think the only problem you can see now at the farm is farmers have them, but they cannot do too much tests with them because testing a new processing, a new picking way costs money, and they don't have it every time. So basically, I would love to work with some big farm to make a platform where farmer can share what they do with this hybrid varietal in order to kind of like tomorrow I'm a farmer, I buy this F1 varietal and I will process it in 3 years. It will be my first year of cultivating this varietal. And now instead to test 50 different fermentation or processing with this varietal, I will go on the platform and I will see what the other farmer did. I know that it's not the same temperature, it's not the same elevation, it's not the same soil. But seeing that the coffee react better with naturals and washed will help me maybe to gain some thousands and thousands of euros. So basically, I really want to do what I do in Europe at the moment. So I'm sharing data and knowledge with barista. Now I want to do it also with farmer. So they don't maybe all have the time to do this, but I would love to use my time to help them to share knowledge between each other, because I think accessibility to knowledge is tough as a barista in Europe, but it can be also very tough at the farm. So they don't have this easy accessibility to knowledge. And I think this is something that really make me I'm super excited about doing something like this, because I really know nothing about farming yet, just like the basics and some fermentation stuff. But this will help me to grow, to learn, and also to share if I can share. So that's my next step. So for sure, I will now go to producing country a bit more, I hope.
We have a question from Roman Rarej from Origo.
Yep.
Asking if you are still pulling espresso shots with a frozen portafilter.
For sure. I keep on doing it. If you want to improve sweetness in some shot, you can work a lot. You can also improve the strength of the body. So it's something it's something nice, After, again, it's not something replicable in coffee shops, quite tough. But if you want to experience on flavor, keep on trying it. You're gonna see that it can have lot of different flavor in your coffee, different sweetness, different strength. And this is something I keep doing. I keep experimenting every day. It's I'm almost trying to build a lab in my house in France just to do tests by myself and to can understand how coffee reacts, because coffee is quite interesting at this way that it never reacts the same. So every processing, every temperature, every quality of water will change the final test. So it's something that is a bit sad that we cannot control every variable, or we can control them, but it's quite tough. But the flavor are something that passionate me a lot because they are beautiful. We have to.
Yeah. Will you come back to work in coffee in Bucharest in the future?
Yeah, but why not, man? I don't even know where I'm gonna be tomorrow, So that's something. I cannot tell you yes. I cannot tell you no. I know that I plan to go a bit more on the farm. I know that I want to be again in Australia to see what's happened there. But definitely, maybe why not? It's if someone listen me and want to offer me something. It's more. I cannot say yes. I cannot say no. But for sure, I will come. I will come back. I will come back to say hello if I'm not coming back to work there.
We have another question from Sloan Coffee Roastery. What is the latest coffee information that blew your mind?
I cannot share everything. What are the latest information? Okay, I will share something. I'm coming back in 5 seconds. So we're gonna do something a bit different. I will present you my new best mate. So basically, this is what I'm gonna use this year for French competition. So you're gonna be the first one to see it. So it look a bit hopeful, but I will explain what is it. So basically, I worked since some months on how I can improve the quality of my espresso. That's all what we want to do in barista competition. And I notice in a lot of coffee, not everyone, maybe 75% of coffee, if you consume it quite fast, you get a very high flavor quality. And if it's a bit slightly lighter than an usual espresso roast, you get more clarity. And so the goal was to be able to have an espresso that is freshly roasted and a bit lightly roasted, but without high acidity or without gassiness, because the gassiness is something you cannot. It's bad. You cannot drink it. You don't want to drink it. So if I was waiting few more days until the gassiness went away, I will lose this high flavor quality. And so basically, I just decided to degas my coffee faster. I could use a nitrogen charger, but I didn't want to change the structure, the molecular structure of the coffee. So I just learned a lot about saturate pressure by the vapor and how the high humidity environment chase the CO2. And so I just do some tests a lot with Matt Winton. Hello, Matt, he's here. And we did a lot of tests on coffee. And we basically end up seeing that the gassiness from a fresh coffee go away very fast with a 80%, 85% humidity environment. So we built this box that we call cloud box. And basically it's a homogeneous box with 80-85% humidity and a temperature to 40 degrees. And this, when you put a grind coffee, so you grind your coffee, you put it inside the box, and after 25 seconds, you end up having your grind coffee without any gassiness because no more CO2 inside. And you transform the high acidity coming from the fresh roast into a more ripe fruit sweetness. So the first throwing we get is, we think we did a pre-infusion on the coffee, but we end up doing some different tests and seeing that the way of the coffee we put inside was the same way as the coffees that I got after the cloud box. So it means that no water was applying to the coffee. It was just the environment that was changing the CO2 content of my coffee. So the goal was here. I can use a fresh coffee in order to get more flavor quality. So that's what I'm gonna show in France for the next competition, and that's it. So it's quite interesting, I think, because it's something you can really easily reply at home or in a coffee shop. You just have a boiler, you grab a container, you reverse the container, you put your ground coffee in it, and you just let it 30 seconds, and you can degas your coffee. And this is something that is quite interesting. I think I wanted to show it. It's not going to be the main part of my routine, because I think innovation is something different than barista competition, but it's definitely something that I will use in my competition to get a better espresso. So this is my latest coffee information.
How do you prepare yourself for the competitions now that you have to stay home with the virus? Do you keep doing your routine? Do you do any specific trainings?
So basically, I train a lot actually. I think I end up with more than 100 full 15-minute routine for the last one. So it's more than what I did last year completely. So now I keep on repeating it like every day. I just repeat the routine in my head, seeing the movements that I need to do. But I definitely not gonna change it for France, because I really like this routine. But I also decided to compete in Coffee in Good Spirit, so I'm also working on the new building of a routine. So I order some material for cocktail, and I start training at home. So I'm just training in the table, and for the coffee machine, you just press the button and that's it. So you just close your eyes, do it in your head, and I think is no matter the material you get, if you believe on what you do, you train in the dark. It's not going to be the same for sure, but I think is no excuses. We are at home. We don't have the same material that we can get in the coffee shop or in the training room, but we can keep on training. That's my mindset. I think the excuses is something you can easily find, but it's not gonna make you better. Definitely.
All right, thank you. Now, can you talk more about the quarantine coffee club?
Oh, nice. So basically, we are three baristas working for Mame.
Maybe mention quickly what is it about for the people watching us who don't know yet.
Oh, sweet. No worries. So basically, we create something in Instagram called Quarantine Coffee Club, where it's 23 baristas around the world sharing coffee knowledge, coffee tips, recipe, sharing talk with farmer, importer, business owner. I don't know, like a bit of everyone. We try to unite everyone from the industry through 22 baristas. So the idea come from Matt Winton, myself, and Katarina. Hello, Katarina, if you watch. We decided to build this in order first to use our time during the quarantine, because the quarantine was was starting since 4 days and we are already bored. So we wanted to do something, and we say so we literally put idea on the paper and say what we like about coffee, and what we like actually is people, and we lose it by the quarantine. So now we just I can by myself making a beautiful coffee from Costa Rica, but I will drink it by myself. So how can we share all of this daily coffee with everyone through fun information, important information? So we decided to create this platform, and first it was just let's do something and let's use it. But actually, it started to grow and grow, and people are quite interested on it. So we try to improve it with different content, with more information, with some games gonna come soon. So yeah, it's called Quarantine Coffee Club. If you want to check on it, it's quite nice. We're really happy with what we did, but we really work on what's gonna come on it, and I think some good stuff will come.
All right, great. I already follow it, so indeed, it's a very nice initiative that you guys launched. So for the ones who didn't have what's happening there, have a look at it, especially Instagram. I don't know if the audience has other questions. If not, no, it doesn't seem so. So guys, we give you 1 minute. Maybe you have additional questions to ask to Tom, and then we're gonna close this call.
I think we get everyone. So mindsetting is the main thing. Yeah, for sure. Like I think it's just believe on yourself. Enjoy every moment. I think it's something, I got good advice, but I'm not doing it for myself. And that's something sad sometimes. Like I'm every time try to overwork, every time to overthink. But I think if sometimes you just enjoy a bit more what you do, you will go further for sure. Like is nothing stronger than the passion and the smile. If you're every time angry, every time you think about stuff, you're not believing on yourself, no one will do it for you. So I think like believing on yourself is a good mind setting. What is your favorite varietal and origin? Oh, nice question. I love it. It's Pacamara from El Salvador. I really love this country. I think this country and me now are really like we are together for life. It's I start drinking an El Salvadorian coffee. This brought me to specialty coffee. Then I won friends with Pacamara from El Salvador, and I've been to the world with Pacamara from El Salvador. Then I'm working with farmer from El Salvador now personally to make some new process on new hybrid varietal coming from Pacamara again. So yeah, Pacamara El Salvador. That's what I love. But I'm really passionate about hybrid at the moment because I think it's something very interesting. Like how come this varietal built in laboratory can improve the quality and the profitability of every farmer. And this is something that passionate me a lot. Oh man, honey from El Salvador, that's beautiful. So I hope you're gonna enjoy them. That's the best coffee.
All right. Thanks a lot, Tom, for your time and for sharing with us your insights about Bucharest and about your coffee career. We wish you good luck for the French Barista Championship and French Coffee and Good Spirits Championship. And see you soon in Bucharest.
Yeah. So again, thanks everyone. Thanks to this talk. But yeah, please, just if I can say something else to resume the full stuff, use your city. Just think about this. Stop complaining like me every day, but just go out, drink coffee, share with people. And I think this is the biggest stuff in Bucharest is that people love sharing information because they work hard to learn and they want to share them. So just use them, ask them questions, and your daily knowledge will grow. That's it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
So everyone, tomorrow we have a discussion with Cathy Baraktiv, owner of Ibrik coffee shop and the restaurant in Paris. She will talk about how a Romanian coffee shop and restaurant became successful for Parisians. So thanks a lot, Tom, again, and thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, wait.